Bienvenidos a otro episodio de Cordones, aquí con Gonzo G the Plug.
Eddie the Wiz. So today we have the pleasure. We have Pierre Sneakers and Kicks, and perhaps the biggest influential sneakerheads in Florida. How far do we go? States? Florida? We're good?
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Definitely.
Plug it in, guys. What's going on?
So,
Welcome.
Thank you, man. Thanks you guys for having me, man. Thank you. It's an honor. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys. You know, you got two of the biggest influences in Miami in the sneaker game, and definitely a pleasure to have you guys here. Thank you for coming, guys. Salud.
Cheers tonight, guys.
Cheers.
For sure.
All right, so let's start one by one.
Yes.
Let's do it, brother. Right. Give us your handle, everything.
All right, cool. So my name is Ray Guzman. My IG is PR_Sleeks23.
Yes, and I am Lawrence Hudson, and my page on Instagram is Kickstands, KICKSTNANC, man.
That's one of them, though. You got a few, right? Because you got the superhero one.
Yeah.
Like, all loves that one.
Yeah, that's true. Yo, so I also I'm into cosplay, and then I had an Instagram that was very famous, but they shut it down, and I'm known as the Miami Spidey, and recently the 305 Deadpool. So I do have Instagram that I just made.
We'll plug it
in there for sure, and then that's cool. But check it out, man. It's fun because that's something that I do on the side. I love it. It's like my inner kid in me, and we're going.
But it's not only kids, though, because I know my kid loves it. But when they see you, you got adults running.
Oh,
yeah.
Sneaker cars and everything. That's chasing you right
Yeah. Put in there, and then the thing is, I kind of infuse both worlds in there. So Spider-Man is not there with his regular, or Deadpool is not with his regular shoes. Now I make sure I put some heat on my feet. And so fuse both of my worlds into one, man.
You brought some meat today. Show the camera. What you got today?
I had to rock them. This is gonna be basically my Art Basel shoe. So I'm gonna be wearing these most of my events. So you gotta wear them because now you don't start cracking, man. So I wear my blinks.
Don't forget, we come out Wednesday. Our Basel starts same day.
Yes.
So when you watch it,
plans for Art Basel, huh?
Oh yeah, we definitely. Art Basel is usually, especially for me. I'm always busy every day. A lot of my peoples that they're graffiti artists, so they always have events. I'm always, since I'm not too far from Wynwood, I'm definitely showing love and support. We also have grills, that I'm going to be hosting.
Shout out to Grills.
Grills.
Shout out to Grills.
I always say they gave us the first opportunity to get into the sea game.
Yes. That's my guys, man.
Yeah, we went over there and
I remember last year.
Yeah, we proposed, hey, we open up a mobile sneaker store, and for everybody's like, what is that? Because it wasn't really there. So they didn't know us either.
Of course.
Literally just knocked on the door. I said, hey, can you guys, give us an opportunity? And he's like, absolutely, bro. They had no doubt. And we were able to just,
honestly, when you have good people with good intentions, that's the result of why everything's doing good with them.
Yeah, of course.
Shout out to the Grails, always.
And they do, man. They do. So we're having a 30-year anniversary when it comes to the sneaker wall. And basically what it is we have, this is 34 artists. Last year was 32. So it's getting bigger every year as it goes. So we get the best artists, including myself, in there.
So you're deciding, I saw, right?
Right. Designing.
Are you deciding too?
No. I'm just watching.
Yeah. He's there, to be in the background, low key, and to show love to everybody, and that's what we do. This year is going to be the Air Force Ones, and can't wait, man. I seen
what days are
Wednesday, December 6th. We're going to be at Grails, for our Basel, December 8th. You want to shoot out, give a shout out for what's happening on December 8th?
So December 8th, we got Sneaker Shootout Miami. We got Walk This Way 6.
What is the sneaker shootout?
So Sneaker Shootout, right, is really a brand. It is an individual that runs Walk This Way.
Is that the king?
And so that's King, right? And Walk This Way is an Art Basel special that happens every year. Right?
Okay.
6 years. And basically, he brings in the community, the sneaker community, right?
Okay.
Not only just sneakers, fashion, art, but there's battle that goes on there. And that battle is who takes the crown or who takes the belt.
Have you got one?
Sneakerhead.
Yeah, he won one.
With the best sneakerhead.
What sneaker were you wearing?
So you just got one sneaker. So there's different categories
right
that they bring in. And based on the categories, they have the judging, and you come out on a runway, just like it's a fashion runway. You just come out of the runway, showcase your sneakers, put as much pizzazz as you can on them, and then the vote. And if you get to the finals, you go against, the finals, someone else, and you either clear the champion. So you got to bring in the heat.
You gotta bring the heat.
for that particular.
So I might be wrong, but didn't the kid win last year? No, or it wasn't that event.
No.
No, because you guys know he's a adult.
Oh, so
You know what I mean? You know
yeah,
what I mean,
I see
right?
what you're talking about. No, that
The young kid that was the reason that that's so.
It's out to Chris. That's the owner of our Sneaker Swap 365. That's a battle that he does basically every time he has an event. So it's a cool battle. They pick people, but this is more what it started. This is more upscale. Adults.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a show.
It's a show. It's an event.
There's
like a
drinking
gala.
going on.
Drinking.
There's a bar. There's
And that's Saturday, right?
Yeah, they're selling
Friday.
Right. Selling artwork. They're
Correct.
selling, they're selling apparel. There's just a bunch of stuff that goes on.
And also, from time to time, you get, people, this year we're expecting to have Fat Joe, Fabulous, Wale, and other local artists, saying,
Big headliner.
yeah. So, they're expected to come. When I say they're going to come, but you'd be surprised. You know what I'm saying? There's always there. There's always a celebrity that shows up. And then again, it's good for us, you know what I'm saying, and 21 and over. And you go out there, have a good time, chill, us that we're sneaker enthusiasts, that we love the game, so you get to see people that I tell you, Florida has a lot of sneakerhead, not just like us, but there's people that has way better. They just very well.
I'm gonna ask you a question. What makes somebody a sneakerhead or a sneaker enthusiast?
And
I like that.
Yes, enthusiast. Okay, yeah, this is different between us.
Yeah, of course.
An enthusiast will be someone that has actually been in the game for quite a while.
Okay.
That not just because he just collects,
Right.
and that's it. No, he knows the sneaker culture, the sneaker, and then when I say that, and props to the new kids nowadays, they're learning. At least you gotta go at least 10 years behind. For you to call that. I mean, at least in my personal opinion, you just can't just call yourself enthusiast and just because you just got on it right now. No, you gotta, know it, like this sneaker book, you know what I mean? Know what's going on and behind it, you know what I'm saying? And that's what, for me, what an enthusiast is, and also be involved in the sneaker
How long
culture.
did you start in the sneaker?
Well, I've been around, I started 91 with the sneaker, which were the fire, what do you call it, the Jordan 6 varsities. It could have been with the 5, but I was a little bit too young. My older brother had them, the Fire Red 5s. But I guess,
So it
love
was a 6?
the Fire Red 5s will be the one, but that was my brother.
The emblematic, correct.
But the one that really got me with the Varsity 6s,
Varsity 6. We'll
Yes.
try to plug that one in.
and then the infrared they called it, but at the time it could be Varsity, whatever. But that was the shoe that I really first got.
That's the one that got you.
That got me because that was the one of the first shoe that I bought on my own. I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? And then from there it was the love. Again, you get older, and in 2005 and 6 I started again, basically doing it again, and from then I had to stop.
What about you? What was the secret that got you into it?
Yeah, me starting into it. So I think the sneaker that got me really like just looking and saying, man, this is what I want was the Air Jordan 3. I came out in 1988, but I was never able to get. Mom really couldn't afford to get me sneakers like that. So I was getting get some Kmart or whatever the kids would be, but I always was in love with that shoe. That's when I saw shoes or sneakers as an art form.
So the 3.
The 3 in 1988, the Jordan 3, and I actually really saw it in a movie. And from there on, I saw friends that would wear it in school, and I always was, keen into, wow, that shoe's awesome, right? And then as time went by and the years went by, I started really liking sneakers. So when I got an opportunity to get a nice sneaker or go to Full Locker and get a sneaker for $50, but it was a Full Locker sneaker, a Nike or whatnot, I used to treasure it,
Yeah.
But then I started
Still $60 was the...
back then, right?
Yeah.
I remember they used to do deals like that. They used to do deals like 2 for $80. The $50 sneaker.
Little back is easy.
He's been...
That was a little older.
That was...
in the 90s. So in the mid 90s, we used to get the East Bay magazines, and in high school we used to flip over those East Bay magazines. School.
Now it's exciting about...
Yeah, and they were on sale. But back then, the Jordan 13s, the Jordan 12s, 11s, you know, they will sell out. They'll be there on sale, you know.
Like $69.99.
Yeah, whatever.
$69.99, yeah.
Exactly.
It's nostalgic.
For those good old days. But what got me into that was that I have a couple of particular grills, and we'll get into that whenever, you know, that part of the conversation comes in. But that Jordan 3 is really what set me off and said, wow, I like sneakers, but not just as sneakers, just as an art. And I think that's part of collecting or being a sneaker enthusiast.
So I know Ray's in Miami. You? What's your background? Here?
Yeah, Miami. I mean, you know, Nicaraguan. I have Nicaraguan, have British.
How's that?
Well, you know, isn't the
Military?
No, I mean, I was born in Nicaragua. You know, so.
Okay. What about the British side, though?
Okay, so in Nicaragua, there's an island. It's called Corn Island, Bluefield. That's where my father's from, and it's colonized by the British.
Okay.
In a sense, so their culture is different. They speak English.
Colonized everything.
Right, yeah, and run the edges of Nicaragua, of course.
¿Cuál es la isla que cuando menos está peleando con una isla por allá?
Sí, they still do it. Aranés. Which used to be part of Nicaragua, but that's not.
I figured.
I know where he was going when he said that. That's another topic. That's like politics side.
So what is the sneaker culture, or what does the whole culture means to you guys? Because for me, it's fashion. I'm more into fashion than sneakers, but I like sneakers. I love sneakers, and it's a combination of everything. But what does it mean to you guys?
I think the sneaker culture, you know, what it means to me, and I'll let Laura speak on it in a second, but it's really just a community of individuals that love the art form of the sneaker. Because here's what I'm saying. We always talk about hype, right?
Right.
Hype shoes, hype this, hype that. But in reality, there's so many sneakers to go around. And when you like a sneaker because of what it means to you, it doesn't have to be hype, right? It could be anything. It could be,
that's right.
you know, then you understand that at that moment, you are probably crossing over to be a sneaker enthusiast. Because it's no longer because that shoe's cool and everyone is wearing it. It's because, man, that shoe means something to you.
Absolutely.
Or that shoe, you like the materials of it. You love with the story behind the shoe.
Yeah.
You know, and be like, you know, like I love to collect a lot of shoes that have a Miami story. You know, and people are like, oh, whatever. Yeah, but listen, as a Miami story.
Correct.
That's why I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Miami. But that's one of our slogans is every shoe has a story.
Every shit's right. And I'm a big believer in that. And that's why I always say that, because if it means something to you, and that's good enough.
Yeah.
And I feel that's where it's at. And again, going back, it's grown more than shoes because, yeah, you know, a lot of times now the clothing, what you wear, your swag, really is what puts, you know, what your whole outfit into play. And the shoes, something's not even seen because they're kind of covered by baggy pants or whatever. It's just something you have on. Yeah. So again, it has transformed itself. Before it used to be the shoe, right, and then everything else is. And I think that's when we've gone through, you know, through the years. It's really just everything else. Plus, you're just putting on.
But I'm gonna go on a stretch here, and like I said, I might be wrong, but I'm still going to stretch. I think Miami, as a big city, we developed late into the culture.
That's absolutely
fair to say, right?
That's right.
Right. Compared to like Chicago, New York, even in the West Coast with the Converse and the Chuck, different shoes. Absolutely. What do you think now Miami brings to the city that's different than any other city?
Oh man. Right now, let me say that right now, Miami is the new New York, or the old New York. Is the LA. Right now, matter of fact, a lot of billionaires, they're already coming to Miami.
I mean, you got Messi, you got
everyone wants to be part of Miami because, you know, look, we said it before. It's the temperature, and, it's the beaches and everything.
For me, it's the most perfect place in the world. Miami has got airport, it's got a port. It's got fashion, it's got the weather, it's got the people, it's got the everything.
Food,
everything. Yeah.
So why do we think it took Miami this long to get started?
Right.
I personally think it took Miami this long to get started because remember Miami's evolution, and it's called the South Florida evolution.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, let's separate Florida from South Florida. South
Florida evolution has evolved in the past 10 or 12 years. You know, so what that means is that, you know, it was all beaches and retirees here.
All right. Yeah. That's what it was.
And little by little, you know, we brought in not only locals that have lived here, but we've infused it with individuals. This is a melting pot, right? Individuals that come from Colombia, Argentina, Venezuela, you know, the Europeans. And then you're talking about the New Yorkers and the Californians. You're bringing all that in here, and you're infusing it into the style that we have at the moment. And I think it's coming to life. I think that's where you see the difference. I think before what you saw was individuals that were just trying to grasp with, okay, what's Miami and what's our actual real culture that we're going to stick to. And I think with time in the past 10 years, we've changed it up and we've evolved it with time with that. And I think now that I think that we're on the surface. And I think back when you get to 2028, 29, you're going to see a complete, a robust Miami, and that's not only just in the sneaker community, that's with
every art. Mind you, the reason, I mean, if you think about it, Wynwood for us were
exactly.
Wynwood's run.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I used to go play. My mom used to say, "Don't go to Wynwood. It was an old Puerto Rican town. It was bad." And I used to go play ball over there. I remember I used to take the bus, the 79, the bus, and I used to go to Wynwood just to go play basketball.
It was the hood too.
It was the hood. Yeah. And I remember I used to go out there and play at the Parsons. My mom used to hate it, and I was like, it's a place to go. It's like, it is. But yeah, that's it. Ball.
And it killed
10 years, 12 years. Exactly. Yeah. 10 or 12 years is young. Back then, it used to be let's go to South Beach to school. Yeah. Now it's like, let's go to Wynwood.
Now you don't go to South Beach at all.
No. I was open. We don't go to South Beach at all.
No, go to South Beach.
Don't go to South like a tourist.
Well, then you got people visiting from other countries. You want to take them out, you do
right. You have to.
And then you that same thing. You do South Beach, Miami Beach, Bayside, then you out, and then you go to the next.
Right. All that is contributed to what we are now.
What's happening right now?
Brickell, again, Wynwood. And
Midtown.
What's life now compared to what was like 10, 12 years ago? Completely drastically different. And that's helped with what's we got going on as well.
Yeah.
And as the culture has evolved. And doesn't mean that for people like me, like started in the 90s in Lawrence, that probably hasn't changed much. We've just been evolving with it, right? But for a lot of people, they've been introduced to different things within the culture. When I mean culture, I just mean sneakers, art, fashion, music, and all that kind of stuff. That's been infused and that's part of what we see now every day.
Absolutely, that's Miami.
And a lot of people want to be part of it. Look what's happening.
I feel like we caught a wave, servers catch a wave,
right?
And it's the right one. I think we're on that wave right now, right?
Yeah, I just had several of those waves. I mean, you got to remember back in the early '80s, and you guys are younger, right? But back in the '80s,
or in '87.
Miami struggled, right? Miami was built, again, it's very, controversial subject, but it was built on drug money, right?
Yeah.
And Miami caught away. Miami caught away with the drug money, with the buildings that went up with that stuff. And it went up, and it hit a little stale point, right? The economy started, going down. It got stuck. 50% of the homes were in foreclosure. And then it's like, what do we do? But there you go. Now we're back. You know what I'm saying? Now back, now thriving, now vibing, and we're part of it.
Okay, perfect. Now, I have a very controversial question for you guys. What do you guys think about resellers?
About resellers?
Yeah, because we're resellers, right?
Okay, yeah.
But God damn it, you guys!
Yeah, I mean,
fuck up the culture.
They're hurting right now. They're hurting right now. This is the year that I say resellers. So you guys are like really hurting, man.
Like what I said real quick before you guys start. Like I said, this is gonna show you who's in it to make it.
Yeah,
or just
straight.
Because like bullshit.
A lot of the way I see it, a lot of resellers became resellers because of COVID.
Exactly right.
Right.
So they saw a niche of sneakers, but they only did it for the money.
At the moment,
right?
But that's respectable in a way.
No, it's okay
because remember, so
you gotta hustle. You had
no balls, you had nothing, you had 100%.
But when you're a sneaker enthusiasm or a sneaker head,
you kind of butt heads with that, right? In a way.
Yeah.
And let me say a piece for you, and I'm gonna let you chime in there, Lawrence. I had an interview that I was doing it's like a week and a half ago, and this subject always comes up. So it was part of this. It was an Instagram kind of like thing, and the host was like, "Say, oh, stop being so political, right?" And I'm like, listen, I'm a sneaker enthusiast, and I am probably one of the ones deep into that. And I know you always hear, oh, we hate, resellers. Resellers, along with the young folks, and along with the ones, just like you said, that started in COVID, it's part of the involvement of what we're doing.
Yeah, it's part of
the business. And I said it, and I'll say it all the time. There was resellers back then.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It says that, yes, it's more prevalent now because we're seeing it, because we're in a larger form. Back then, when we used to collect sneakers, it was a small community, very much not even viewed. Now it's everywhere. It's in your face, all over the place.
What made a difference?
Social media.
Thank you.
Yeah,
social media made a difference.
Social media changed it, but once that happens, when social media came in, influencers took part. You were able to showcase your stuff. Sneakers, we were able to. 12 years ago, this wouldn't exist. Who cares?
Big time.
Listen,
This exists because of social media.
I'm not even going to go that far, but I'm talking about when the Gray 4 cars came out. That was 2017, 18.
Mm-hmm.
Probably sold them from Offer Up. I met a guy at Walgreens for like $1,100. But at the moment, I'm like, all right, well,
Yeah.
$100, I got it by
But it
retail.
was a bullshit at sale as you see it now.
Yeah, that goes totally in the dynamic. I was like, shit,
Because
I would have held it. It wasn't my size, but I was like, yeah, I could have kept them. But it's one of my favorite shoes.
And that's what
Yeah, it is.
And
My
also
favorite
helps you from a business standpoint, from a sneaker business standpoint. I'm sure that helped you understand the value of the sneaker and how that.
So remember, so back then, before me and him, we got together, started selling. We was just hitting every day, whatever shoe gang you would hit, sell it, got quick flip on it. But those costs, they were bad. Getting them on the app, everything is just
Yeah.
You do the same thing.
you hit them out.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I got the cards. Yeah.
You guys are secret enthusiasts, but you guys also resell sometimes. Like you got, very expensive shoes. How much are your sneakers? Just so for people that don't know, how much is a pair of sneakers right now? Your Yeezys.
These Yeezys, depending if they're dead stock, they probably, I think last time I seen them, they were going for like 3,500, 3.5.
Okay.
2 point something. So yeah, I mean, it does that have a value? Now, when I got it,
You didn't pay that.
no.
You paid retail?
No, I pay. Obviously, you have to take care of the guy.
Okay.
That's understandable. You know what I'm saying? You got to take care of it so that he can come back and call you again. If you don't, he's not gonna call you, and then that's part of the
whole business.
part of the whole
It's all
business.
it's all dynamic.
And going back to what you said, I mean, listen, the resellers and everything, it all intertwines with another. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you guys create the hype outside. You know what I'm saying? Let's say StockX and Go was not here. The resellers were what really creates the anticipation of what's hot and what's not. 'Cause if people buy it, you guys want it more, and then the price goes up.
Absolutely.
We are the bridge between the consumer and the
Correct.
retailer. I mean,
Correct.
That's a great way of putting it.
Right.
Yeah.
We are whatever.
For example, I get into a lot of occasions where, somebody's looking for a pair of sneakers, all sneakers,
Right.
And then that's where we come in. We got to do our research.
Yeah.
And then that's where the reseller game comes in, or the business comes in, where, hey, you have to go out and look for that pair of sneakers. Finding that pair of sneakers is not that easy if you're not into the game.
Right.
But you got to know people.
I think what irritates the sneaker enthusiast with the reseller, it's not necessarily the reseller. It's just everything that comes with the fake sneaker or the fake sneaker enthusiast, right? It's the same thing. The fake reseller, not necessarily the fake. It's just that the ones that bombard, they'll get a pair of a shoe that's a GR and they'll try to sell it, for $20, $30 over, that's trying to make, a little bit. And then you both of that with 20 or 30 of individuals. And what happens is it becomes difficult for them to get just back during the COVID years to get a regular GR just because everyone wants to grab it and make basically the same money, not selling it on StockX because after fees and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you get where I'm going with that? I get where I'm going. Now, if you grab it and you're sourcing speakers for individuals and you're grabbing highly anticipated stuff and you're reselling it, you're providing a service. I bought stuff from resale several times. That's so big time. Because you're grabbing me something I couldn't grab it right for me to grab. But now you're making my GR difficult because now you want to take 20 of those, sell it on StockX, and now, or Go or whatever, and now get all the fees done, and all you made is a cut of $15 or $20 over.
Right.
And now instead of me letting the other guy, that's what you.
Yeah.
That's
I get it.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
So is that the you're the reseller guy? I can go to you, get me a pair of calls, size 11 or whatever. Okay, I got you. You're so then and I gotta find that.
So real quick, the thing is the dynamic change. So we grew up different.
Yeah.
Feel me? So the difference is now you got all this pandemic, right? We're on this, I'll say everything, white, Jewish, whatever kids with big money. Feel me? They have that as credit cards to say, fuck it, I can buy 30, 40, 50 pairs. I can do this, I can do that, just for the flex, just for the show. That's the part I don't like. Do it, make money.
But that's how
It's money for everybody.
Correct.
But don't just fucking, you saturate the market in a way, and you're ruining for everybody else just because you don't, like I said, I'm not going to be a purist and talk about the value of the shoe and all that. Yeah, but I'm saying, just because you have the means to just get your daddy's credit card, run $20,000 on bots, and then just fuck it.
That's what started
from my opinion.
That's the sneaker enthusiast. That's kind of what started. You gotta remember, it's not one, it's several. So when you start getting into several, it starts becoming unlimited. So they start believing it and start saying reset or something. It's not necessarily that, because when you really understand the dynamic, you know that that's always been there. As long as but it's not limited anymore. Yeah, like Warren said, things have changed out as whatever, 12 months or whatever, and things started going up. And it's always like that. The market goes up and down. It's going to go back up again.
It's just Nike is smart. How do they run the resellers? They flood the market.
Yeah,
If you let art,
but it's not like they don't necessarily. Is that okay? So
Because they need resellers.
like we resell.
So you guys are going to keep up the
Right, he did that before. Of course. 2015 and 14, they flooded the market. And they made it a lot of GRs. Then they took back the market and rewinded it back, right?
And it makes you like you're
Exactly. And now they did it again. They started doing it the same thing. So what they did is they cut the direct to consumer, where they started sending less shoes to boutiques and more to their side, right? So that they could control it, right?
Right.
But they're smart when they're doing it. And
Oh no, and it's funny. I mean, let me piggyback on that what you said, because, and it was funny. Well, we just talking to Chico Closet about this a couple of days ago, and they're oversaturating the Jordan 1s.
Yeah,
That's my nigga. That's my nigga. So, now what they're doing is they noticing Jordan's now not selling. Let's do it with Kobe. Kobe's the next week. Yeah, every Kobe, this rapper right now, they're going up.
Yeah.
And then, which is perfect, Kobe, say rest in peace, that hit along with us, So they're gonna keep I bet you they're gonna retro a lot of those. And everyone that's coming up, they're gonna be going up. So right now, Kobe's the new Jordan, you know what I'm saying? So they know what he's doing.
Is Jordan 1 there or no?
No, he'll never, you know what I'm saying?
That's a sore spot for me, because that's my shoe right there.
Right. So I don't think he's
Jordan 1 then?
For me, no. But Jordan 1 was dope prior to dope. Jordan 1 was dope for me prior to being dope, like for everyone. Who put Jordan 1 on the map for being cool or being part of the culture?
So you're talking about height-wise?
Height-wise. You know what?
I don't.
You know what?
As the first Jordan?
Who brought it back?
As a brand. We're talking about not the brand.
As a wave, like, okay, now it's dope. You can put it with these cargo.
Yeah, Virgil.
So it was Kanye, right? Okay, Kanye started wearing the breads, right? And back then, right? Started wearing the breads and started saying, hey, look, should start sporting them. And we were crazy for it. Kanye has a big effect. That's a very controversial individual. But he is the individual that I love riding next to. Kanye, look it up right now. Look it up with the leather pants, walking by down
Chicago too, right?
Chicago. Yeah. He's wearing the
So what Kanye are we talking about? Life of Pablo, Kanye before that?
After that. We're talking about when he was still with Nike, prior to Easy.
No, okay.
So prior to Easy, he was started wearing those Jordan 1s and started just popping them out. Prior to that, I liked Jordan 1s, but then people started saying, oh, and started taking a life of his own. And that's when it started from back then, it started, kick-started. And where we are now, we're still talking about Jordan 1s. And he's the one that started popping.
Everyone. So, my next question to you guys is, something happened last week.
Right.
Where Adidas called out Nike.
Oh, yes. I heard about that.
And I hate to do this, and I hate the way you just off.
No puedo, amigo. No, ya no, hay con guardia y careta.
No, but
Sigamos.
I hate to always make this question, but Nike versus Adidas, because it's like the two most comparison brands that they go head to head. But this time, Adidas went up to Nike saying, we got something coming up for you guys.
Yeah, but it's not the first time, right?
Right, it's not the first time. But hey, you better have a plan when you talk like that to Nike.
Remember back in 2014 and 15, they threw a haymaker. They brought in Kanye.
Right.
Kanye wore Ultra Boost. Everyone started wearing Adidas Ultra Boost.
Then
Adidas and
these.
Yeah. And the Kanye's.
That was a good release.
It was.
Part of it was they struck hot while Nike was oversaturating the market with a bunch of shoes. They brought in the Ultra Boost. They changed the game with the runners.
People were paying $100 for triple black and these.
Yeah.
Back then, and now you can buy it.
Bro, you find my Burlington for $69. Burlington? Yeah, I've seen them.
Oh my God.
People were going crazy. Yeah. Like you couldn't find a pair of.
It was a good time.
But what happens to Adidas? Why
did they do that?
No, why can't they just hit it up like Nike does?
I think part of what happens is that Adidas has always a good strategy. They have money. And they come in and they lure designers from Nike all the time. They're always luring the best.
Notice that? Yeah, they always end up in it.
But in my opinion, they flop.
Yeah.
So we can compare one of my favorite, Weatherspoon.
Wait.
with Nike and with Adidas.
No, that's what happens. What happens? But at least I feel like at least they stand toe to toe in the box. Right? They go a few rounds.
Yeah.
No one else goes a few rounds. They go a few rounds with Nike.
But so far, who's won the rounds?
Nike knows.
Nike always is. But let me explain.
But they threw haymakers in 2015.
Right.
There's a year and a half that Adidas was not.
It was.
So that was a haymaker.
And then Virgin came out, and then
So what happened was Adidas, Nike goes, oh, okay, I'm gonna start collabing. They bring in Virgil, they bring out the 10, and that's when the destroyment of the big time.
Really, that was the smartest decision Nike's ever done.
But Nike always does that. But then they come back and they bring Travis. Now that's part of what I was going to talk about. The whole Virgil thing was amazing.
Yes.
Virgil, unfortunately, rest in peace, he's gone. And that starts bringing down Nike a little bit, if you notice.
Absolutely.
It only helped away, even though Travis was there. So now it's Travis, right, from a collab standpoint, but Adidas has Bad Bunny.
Right.
Nike has
It's still not as big, though.
J Balvin.
Still not as big.
It's not as big. It's not as big, but there's enough room now to bring in some rounds or some.
I think that honestly, numbers-wise, because when you talk about like quarterly numbers,
Fewer numbers.
I think Adidas, because of sports, stays more relevant than they should.
Yeah, because they're wide open in the sports.
Exactly. So they got like Messi, they got the jerseys, they got all the champs, whatever, the world soccer champs, whatever. But sport-wise, globally.
Yeah.
But sneakers, I honestly don't see them competing.
I think Adidas right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you talk about your sneakers alone.
I think they win
as a
Nike
brand.
wins,
But sneakers and Adidas fashion is Adidas.
I
I think Adidas
sells
right now.
Right.
Adidas got fashion.
right now with the going on with
Yes.
with
Gucci
Jerry Lorenzo.
with Adidas.
Yeah.
With Gucci. Fashion wise,
Fashion is Adidas.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
get
because
it.
if you think about it, Nike doesn't have any designers, like clothing designers,
They're right.
that hit it up like
They don't.
Adidas does.
Virgil is the only one they had, and now they don't have that. And right now, all they could do is their collabs, what they're doing, and everyone still loves Nike. But Adidas is evolving a little bit more. They're being a little bit more creative.
Yeah.
Type it into the fashion piece. And we're in 2023. Let's wait to 2024. You don't think so, Eddie. But I think there's a possible chance. They're not going to overtake Nike, but there's enough.
You got to give them a good.
effect that they did it.
Sneakers wise, like I said, fashion, yeah. They did what
Fashion.
they did product.
That's
Gucci,
one of
right?
their own. If fashion,
Gucci.
they did product.
Product Gucci, right? Adidas.
Right. And Montclair, I think too.
Oh yeah, and then the puffer jacket. You're right. If I want to say fashion
Well,
wise,
then you got him from he used to from Cloud, from the Cloud. He's into Adidas now. Nike Cloud, remember what his name?
I don't know.
Okay, well, the guy from Nike Cloud, and he, for so many years now, he's into the Adidas, and he's coming, his clothing line and his shoes. So that's not the next step for 2024.
I think Jerry Lorenzo, and
You think he's gonna change the game with
I think he's going to be a big influence in changing the game for Adidas and having competition. I don't think that they're going to overtake a Nike, but I think there's going to be enough.
A good monopoly.
I see Nike as the amount you can't just overtake.
Maybe
You're really climbing.
Maybe
Right.
you're right.
That's it.
Right.
I'm in hopes. Hey, you better be in hopes, and you better be in hopes because the more competition, the better product.
no, totally. And you want to have that.
Yeah,
You want to have that as a
You get better-
consumer.
you get better
Right.
product.
No, I'm not even talking about as a reseller. As a consumer, we're getting merch coming out all the time. We have
Oh,
a
yeah.
kid doing great collabs now. You got everything, but
Look at the Kith collabs that he does with stuff. Collaboration, it's amazing. So, I think it helps because if there's competition, then they're fighting for individuals or fashion designers they can collab with, and you're getting a better product overall.
100%.
Because if not,
big fact.
when you don't have that competition, laziness sits in, and then you get lazy product.
Right. Yeah. What's happening with Nike right now? We're getting lazy products, right? I mean, we're getting overflowing. The market's getting overflowing with Jordans and that, and then you're also getting bad material. One of the things that I saw,
Quality is
quality. One of the things that I saw when I bought a pair of Adidas the other time, they cost $220. I bought some running shoes, but the box and the presentation on just a shoe that is not a height was very nice. And a lot of things that I see on Nike is that no matter, even if it's a hype or not, the boxes, they're crappy. It's the same orange box, and I think for what you pay for and for the money that Nike's making, they should be making less products, more quality.
I agree with that. I was complaining about that the other day. Back a few years ago, if you got a nice shoe, you were getting 3 laces tied into it.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
You
That's
were getting a little presentation. You were getting a little bag. You know, you don't get it out. The other day I opened up, you know, my Bad Bunnies from Adidas. It came in a dust bag inside. It came with the extra laces. It's like the presentation.
It's
right.
they take
I paid
time.
$200.
You feel when you get it with your friend.
Yeah, so I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get that.
Devil's advocate, though, right? I get it. But as a Nike guy, we knew what each box meant.
You have a check on your little on your arm? Oh, you have some. You're like Nike, you know.
But that's what I wish it's sponsored. Shit.
That's why he's not going.
We knew
about that either.
we knew what the box meant, right? We knew the orange boxes, we knew the reds, we knew the purple ones.
Right.
So we knew what the box meant without even knowing what was inside the box, you know?
Okay.
Sometimes you go to the store, you see, oh, purple box, and you open them and the bullshit is beat. But you get it? So to me, it's emblematic knowing that they have like a pattern, like, you know what
What to expect?
represent.
Right.
So I get it. Everything else, shoelaces, whatever, anything you want to add inside and quality-wise, I get it. But I like how plain it is with Nike that you see the box and you know what shoe it's going to be. But you have an idea.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. And I'm okay with that as well. I think that what we're trying to say is like on your regular shoe, but if you're gonna sell a premier shoe, right? And you're coming out with I think that's what he's described.
All right, okay.
Yeah, right. And that way, if you're gonna have a premier shoe, then showcase to us that that's the premier.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
Nike.
I get it. No, I get
You're not
it.
about money at this point. You're about your brand. You're about presenting a good product. You're about
No, I get it. Like I said, I want
They're coming. It's more about quantity than after quality. You know, before after 2010, for me, it's the last year of quality. After that, it's been about quantity.
But I think like around
But you have to pay for it though.
I think around 2017, 16, you know, especially with the Jordan 1s, if you look at your Jordan was from back then, the quality was amazing. You know, they had a team working behind that.
Right.
leather back then.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. You see?
And
You
even
had the tumble leather.
So look at the bread toes and look at the they had the tumble leather and then, you know, so they had a team working on that for about a year and a half.
Right.
That produced with that type of shoe. And then they come back and in the recent Jordan 1s, have you seen that type of leathering shoe?
no, it's crap. It's like you're buying Knicks.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't bought any of those, you know what I mean? Because I'm a big quality guy.
Yes.
I love Jordan 1s, but I love quality. You know what I'm saying? So my big deal is like, I got these, but man, I feel like
They're nice.
fantastic, man. They did a great job. So, but recently, overall, quality-wise.
Quality, yeah, no, definitely.
So to stir some shit up here, right? Because I know we mentioned a little Travis Scott.
Uh-huh.
Huge. Everything he does, I fucking love it.
Is-
How do we think? Give me your opinion, guys, since you guys are more purists in this shit, right? So we have a guy that's to be average rapper,
right.
average to me, okay? I would not put him top 10, top 15, top 20.
Yeah. Everybody
I would
has
have
their own opinion.
Yeah, by my opinion, right? So you have a guy like that deciding now probably the hottest product, Nike products is Virgil. Right?
I agree with that.
How do we get there? How do we feel about it? Mind you, I'm for Travis. I'm for Travis.
I have my feelings about Travis Scott.
No, listen. So you know, again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You know, Nike when they go in, they strategize everything already. You gotta understand, Travis Scott, whatever. He's one of the most influential in the hip hop culture,
And that's
But in music,
but that's just let's be honest.
no. He was
Music-wise, how would we put him up there?
It's not music. I don't think he's the top music guy, but
no, but
he has I don't think it has a lot to do with music. It's just that you gotta remember what
Persona?
he talked about something earlier about Miami, and he said he got the weight, hit the weight.
yes,
And
correct.
when Travis got to hit the weight,
Yeah,
kept it going.
and he kept going. It's
And
good.
so in his business,
Kardashian included or no?
No, she walked in. No, it's a boost.
but I don't think it's because of the Kardashians.
Correct.
He and his business team and his marketing team.
Yes, that's a real good.
They hit a bump. Now
Right.
a fiasco happened at the concert. Right?
honestly, it shows back.
He has
He could have gone down.
so I think he has a good team around him,
Big
and he rolls with that. You know,
Right.
look, Kanye,
No way to prove it, but I think
Listen, guys, this is what I think.
no
about
Kardashian
Travis
is
Scott.
one of the
This is what I think. I think Travis Scott needs to. He needs to come up with his own shoe. Like, I know he's got it coming out, but it's taking too long. I think he's been
really think about it. It's not that long.
but they've been taking advantage of the Jordan ones.
That's what I'm saying, though. That I don't agree with that. I think for example, Kanye came up with his own pair of sneakers, right? His own model.
Travis won't do it.
Travis hasn't done it. All he did was just
well,
check one. That's what it takes.
Yeah, but
No, I know that's what it takes, but
I agree with you.
but he's hopping on a Jordan 1 and just changed the check mark and that was it.
Yeah, I
Kanye designed his own shoe.
I agree, but that's different.
Yeah, he's not.
Kanye never had a. He's okay. So remember, before Kanye had all that stuff, Kanye had Louis Vuitton, and it went wild. Right. Kanye, I think, had the
Reebok. He started the Reebok. The Babe collection.
the Babe collection, which is wild. Kanye touches stuff and turns into gold.
Right.
I do sometimes.
That's why we didn't Travis Scott.
So I get that. He's never done it. He's doing it now. But maybe Nike didn't give him that leeway because they didn't trust that league. So they want to see what he could do with Jordan 1. And they did it's hot. And now there's I could go ahead and give you a design for you to design yourself. And my question is it going to do as good or better?
That's my question.
Yes.
So he's saying it. So we're saying it here, and it's safe. You feel me? When he designs his own silhouette, you guys too late.
As hot as Kanye one?
No, just does not even say as hot as Kanye West. Because to me, very few are gonna touch that.
Okay, right. I agree with that.
Very few. If you think yes or no, it's gonna be a hot shoe.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm gonna give it a straight no.
It's Travis.
Yeah, it depends what
No, that's brings up.
Travis.
The kids and everyone that's around that, they're gonna go after. They're gonna collect.
They go all of it because they have
remember,
we have a emblematic silhouette. We have an emblematic silhouette.
It's gonna.
I'm gonna
sell. It's not gonna resell.
I'm gonna touch.
That's all that matters. The resale.
This is my.
I'll say it. It's a Reebok.
I'll see what it is.
It's a flurry.
We'll talk about that there.
Yeah, gotta be
Ready? What?
Cordones.
Hold on.
So we can talk about Travis Scott all you want. Hip hop sales and music has been going down. Now we gotta talk about the real thing, reggaeton, because they're the ones that are really killing the game right now. We can talk about J Balvin. You met J Balvin the other day,
Absolutely.
and how are Latinos bringing into the culture right now?
Oh my God.
Because we are hot.
Yes. No. You get in the sense of the Spanish culture is something that is always been there. So Nike's finally realizing it. You know what I'm saying? And now J Baldwin opened that door. You know what I'm saying, with Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand. It's Jordan he's dealing with. He's not dealing with Nike.
And he's not making crappy shoes either.
You know,
Yeah, he's some high quality shit.
Hey, it's not only Nike. Let's go back Bunny with Adidas.
That's
And that too. Anyway, so Adidas and everybody. So reggaeton, Spanish, they going out there, brother. You know what I'm saying? They're going up there.
As Colombians, as Latinos, we gotta support.
Oh,
Because,
claro.
listen, you don't ever see a Latino
He had to throw
in the Jordan brand. You don't see a reggaetonero taking over Adidas. Because reggaetonero or the music or Latinos or whatever, they're taking over these brands.
Yeah, they crossed over into the culture.
Yes.
And that's what's happened.
Right.
And I think it started back with, J Balvin, and rightfully so.
Tell us a quick story about J Balvin, because you met him a couple months ago.
Oh, I mean,
You met him a couple of times, huh?
we met him, only one time.
Only one time?
I met him, and that was like a couple of months ago. Very
Oh, that was at the DJ Khaled's event.
Yeah, that was dope. I was there. He's just like,
I didn't fucking catch about the whole morning. They're like, oh, you gotta have an invite. I left.
really?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I had fucking breakfast at the place across.
You should have told me. I was gonna get you in, man. But yeah.
Let's say that shit, I'm not gonna hear it again.
Next time. Próxima.
Yeah, I got an invite because luckily I was able to win the raffle to win the shoes, so I was able to get inside. But yeah, very cool dude. But I think outside of just meeting him and anything like that, it's just the impact that it's had. And I told him that when I got to meet him, and he was obviously very, very humble. At the end of the day, it was just, dude, I appreciate the impact that you've had on the culture.
Latinos.
We gotta be proud of the Latin culture that you
Yes.
and the way you're taking this off, because it started with the Jordan 1, right? But that's just the beginning.
Yes.
And with the impact that's going on thereafter is huge, And if I see Bad Bunny ever, the same thing,
Yeah.
And anyone else that's gonna come in, as long as you're able to help bring what we have and what we got to offer into the culture from a fashion standpoint, because see, and the sneaker culture.
Sorry to cut you up, but here's the thing. When you go to other countries, they don't speak Spanish, and they're listening to reggaeton, and the fact that you can understand what they're saying, bro, that's already a win for us, bro. That gives me like chills just to think of like, hey, I can understand what they're saying. These people, I've seen American people trying to sing reggaeton, dancing to reggaeton, and I'm like, I understand, bro. That comes in natural.
You know where that started from? I was talking to my brother about that the other day. So we come old school. There's this reggae guy that was back out there in the '90s. His name was Snow, and Snow, and Daddy Yankee has a song with him back like 3 years ago where he brought it back, and it was an American Canadian guy, and he was doing reggae, and he was rapping reggae tone kind of thing, and all of a sudden this is back in the '90s. So they bring that in, and the Hispanic community started chiming on that in the late '90s. You start seeing it now.
So my thing.
I thought it was the dude from Panama.
That's what I was going to chime in. So
Look it up.
So we have reggaeton. Yeah, we're gonna be saying.
I'm talking about the origins. So I'm not talking about reggaeton necessarily, but if you go back and look, and after we finish this podcast, I want you guys to go back and look. I'm talking about this is
So that single C or anything?
no, this is reggaeton that you see what you guys are talking about.
Right.
I'm talking about the origins of reggae.
Well, he's Puerto Rican, so I don't know if you know the head. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. So
I threw it away because it's Puerto Rico, but
That's what I'm
again,
saying.
my understanding was is that it actually started in Central America with Panama, and
right.
then from there they had a few artists, and then transferred back to
Right, as reggaeton. But
No, yeah, he's
you
right.
gotta remember,
Yeah, correct.
reggae
It's a different
it
reggae.
started
Right.
with reggae.
Yeah.
Reggae. So this guy was really
Right.
trying to do any reggae in a rap version of it, reggaeton, and it was part of it. So that all of a sudden, people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Daddy Yankee did. Daddy Yankee made a song and had a song and brought him in. And those about the '90s, but only did it a couple of years ago. So going back, the influence is huge, and whatever the Hispanic culture has been able to do from Panama and on, now back in the past 7-10 years and on, it's been huge. I think like it was a big.
Right.
And we're just feeling it.
Right.
We're just
So
feeling
are we just feeling it from just like a Spanish perspective? Because we have
No,
to say
no.
So
We're
listen,
talking about cultural.
culture what? Listen,
Wise, outside of Spanish.
listen.
we've had Terrence
Listen.
Wild collab. We've had
No.
Rapper from New York do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've
But
had.
Not in this format.
No,
I don't know.
look at Bad
I
Bunny.
don't-
Bad Bunny for me is like Drake of the Spanish version. So Adidas right now is actually like they know what they got.
Yeah.
So anything that he's gonna
I
do,
work
they're
for
gonna
Nike.
go.
I work for Adidas, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, right here, Nike, right here. You what them tatuajes de Adidas. And so what I'm
No Florida, I
Oh, not Florida, yeah. So no, Adidas is actually. I'm telling you, they're on the right track right now.
Yes.
Okay, so that statement they did
they are
is for a reason.
Guys, we gotta come back.
Mikey, we're all,
2024 and see where Adidas is at from
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah.
Mikey, we're all wearing Nikes. I'm just saying.
Hey, listen. We're no one's against Nike. I don't
Nike's
think
always
Adidas,
the top.
Adidas is not going to overtake Nike. What
of
I'm
course.
looking for
It's a
is
good
for
battle.
Adidas to have a battle.
Yeah, about
Yes,
it.
yes.
Like,
When
a
you have
great monopoly.
When
You know
you
what I'm
have a battle is when you have the best performances, like really stand out. Because if not, Nike gets lazy and provides you lazy.
I like that. I like
We're
that. Lazy.
Well, I like that when you said
lazy.
that. Like I said, I'll change it to comfortable, but I get it.
Break the
Because
best of
comfortable,
Nike.
All they were doing was just decent sweats, decent hoodies, and that was all we're getting from Nike.
Right.
So I get it. I get it.
We want that, so I'm pulling for it.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for it because as a consumer, as a purist, as a sneaker enthusiast, I want to see that. I want to see the battle. Even New Balance, I'm not even talking about that. But New Balance tools a couple of
New Balance.
people wear New Balance. I wear New Balance all the time.
Oh, New
They're
Balance
not-
is coming up with.
They're not.
2024?
They're not there. They're not there punching with them. But at least they're taking some jabs, and you want to see that because
Right.
you start making Nike executives and people around saying, "Yo, we gotta watch out, and we gotta perform at our best." Because at any time if we
Yeah.
slip, that's what happens.
That's why
When-
competition is so
When
important.
Nike got Jordan and they signed Jordan, it's because Adidas slipped. It's because Converse slipped. And that can happen again. So they got to understand. that, yeah, it may not happen. It's not likely, but you never know.
At the end of the day, pick whatever you like. Just get comfortable, rock it, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Whatever brand it is, we might like some more than others, obviously.
Yeah.
But just whatever you feel comfortable. So what do you got for us, brother? What do you got for us, right? We're getting ready to shut it down.
Listen,
We got two of the most biggest influences in Miami for the sneaker culture.
Florida.
Sneaker from Florida. Because
Florida.
I
I know we
think-
mentioned
I think
Miami.
South Florida
Remember,
is one
people that
country,
see us,
and-
they think,
well, one
West Palm
state-
Beach and down.
Yeah, and then Florida is another state.
but where things are vibing in South Florida, man.
Yeah.
There's no disrespect to Orlando,
Yeah,
Jacksonville.
no offense to everybody
South
else there,
Florida,
but
that's
it's
what
all
it's like.
about Miami.
Especially
Real talk,
Orlando.
baby.
That's
What do you got
Puerto
for
Rico.
us?
Yeah, and listen, I don't have much for you guys. I just appreciate it, again, the vibe.
Of course, all day.
Yeah. whenever everyone that's watching out,
Good drink.
this is a great show. These guys have great
But
It's a beginning. It's a
Yeah,
beginning.
our guys are coming up. I know Wednesday this is going to be released.
And by the way, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't know if you guys know, but we started up in 2020.
Yep.
This is
Right.
December 6th is our 30-year anniversary
Nice.
as a brand of Soul Kicks on Wheels. It's a new concept. Nobody understands it. We take the sneakers to your house. It's like the Uber of sneakers.
That
right?
is cool, man.
You know, we don't have an overhead, right? Which is why a lot of these sneaker resellers are suffering, because they go and they post up at a mall and they pay $40,000 rent. We don't do that. We pay a rent from the beginning. We pay our dues from the beginning. Now we're providing a service. It's not just selling sneakers. We're providing service. Hey, I have a birthday. Hey, come to my house. I got a birthday in 15 minutes. We'll be there in 15 minutes. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to provide customer service.
Very unique.
Yes, very. So that's why our brand stands for. We're the Uber of sneakers
On wheels.
On wheels. So that's
Yes.
what we're called, Soul Kicks on Wheels. And we brought you guys here because we want to celebrate with the most influential people in South Florida on the sneaker game to represent, what the sneaker culture is for Soul Kicks on Wheels. And we appreciate
Which you guys are part of it. Like,
Yes.
when I met you guys back then, I always said how unique you were. When I talked to Miami Sneaker Convention about you guys, and anyone that I could speak to that I know about you guys, I'm always saying, these guys have taken and evolved what's going on with selling.
And this is why we're here.
And not only that, because what you do is you showcase. Your presentation is awesome. Your truck is awesome. What you see is awesome. Where you deliver.
Thank you.
Your customer service. So listen, what you guys do for the community is very. I definitely appreciate.
Thank you. And it's all because of you guys, because you guys have supported us so much.
We're also all heads in a way, right? Our main thing is customer service because, again, I like creating conflict, but let's be honest, customer service sucks.
And the sneaker
In
culture.
anything. In whatever store you go to, these kids don't know how to treat the customer.
I agree.
To us, it's all about
It's all about the
relationship.
customer. It's all about relationships. We may see that.
Of course,
And you guys have supported us from day one. Honestly.
No, very much. No. Thank you for you guys too. I mean, it's in the beginning, and I mean, when PR Snakes introduced me to you guys, I was like, this is very unique. I like you guys, and the thing is it's you guys just like doing your service. You guys also involved into the sneaker game, and that's very important because the sneaker game is always evolving every year.
Michael, real quick.
Or every 6 months.
We want to be more involved. So it's one of the conversations we have. Is I know we're in Broward, whatever, but we want to start getting more involved. And be more visible.
Very important.
Yeah, it is.
The visibility and I'm always saying that the visibility is everything.
Fact. It's a big fact.
If you want to do that, this year I've been dialed back because I'm focusing more on family, whatever. I was telling Norris,
Right.
push in because the visibility is what you have to have.
That's what we're working on.
As soon as you're visible.
What's your visibility, Eric? I know you got some.
No, I don't have. Listen.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So they asked me, what's my grail? And I'm going to surprise everyone. And the people that know me, they understand it, right? So my grail is this.
Simple as that.
So the reason why this is my grail is because this is the sneaker that
I had no idea.
sneaker enthusiast. I'm sorry, from a sneaker like guy that I'm just liking just because I'm a kid to like becoming a sneaker enthusiast. So this is the sneaker that started off for me. It wasn't back in 1992. My Shaquille O'Neal was drafted from LSU to the Orlando Magic as the biggest prospect that because the NBA has seen him for some time since Michael Jordan. And they released his first shoe. And I was like, Mom, I got to have the shoe.
That's his first shoe. Shaq's first shoe.
Yeah. Shaq's first shoe, the Shaq attack.
What year are we talking about?
This is 1992.
Oh, it's the same year.
Yeah, too. So my mom, worked hard, man. She worked hard to get me and my brother, because I have a brother. Yeah, they got the same shoe. They got that combo. So I get a pair of these Shaq attacks. And although these are not the originals, this is the second coming of them, because the original, my mom bought it for me with a hard-earned money, and I went out on football practice, broke my ankle, and in 2 pieces, and they had to cut the shoe, the paramedics, in order to get my leg out of there. And because of that, I always, even more so, it held a special piece to me, because my mom worked so hard to get it. After like 2 weeks, they had to break it, and it never released again. And then back when it released again, like back in 2015, I had to get it. That's a 2015 version. Because
Right
right
now
now,
you can release.
you probably see it around like any version, but the 2015 release is the one. It's really hard to get
The closest get.
because it's very actually it's very rare. It was only released in special limited areas, so that's
Is this the original colorway?
huh?
Oh yeah.
Colorway?
Or not the magic color. Yeah.
On the Emperor Star.
Well, it was whatever magic. So it's not, and a lot of people are like retarded about, but it means a lot to me, and that's kind of what.
That's what sneakers are about.
So yeah, to me, I always say it's individual, and it's still to this day quality. It has silk on the side. It's very different.
The carbon fiber.
Out of fiber. But again, for a lot of people, it's not their grail because it's not about height. It's about is there a story and a meaning behind it? Like I talked about earlier. That's my story.
That's the story.
And I always say this is my grail, and I always have my 2015 version just kind of hanging out with me.
That is dope. So listen, guys. Thank you for watching the podcast.
We can figure it out.
Soul Kicks on Wheels. Remember, every show is a story.
Yeah.
Improving. Any of the ways, we out.
Yeah. Oh, another thing that we forgot to talk about will be January 7th at the SeaCon. We gonna be at the SeaCon.
You know that already.
That's what we're gonna be celebrating our 30th anniversary. Not in December. We're gonna be celebrating January 7th at the SneakerCon in Fort Lauderdale.
We'll have a drink.
Yeah.
We'll have a drink.
Make sure you guys go be at December 6th on Wednesday at Grills. December 8th, Art Basel as the sneaker shootout. Sneaker battle. We're gonna be over there showcasing. So make sure you guys get your tickets right now.
Support everybody. Support your local people.
You guys
Support your
these
friends.
guys over here, man, because they're doing it really big. You know what I'm saying? Peace to PR Sneaks, man, my brother, man, and then Kickstarter. Make sure you follow me on my Instagram and also my TikTok. Check it out, man, because
He does a lot of content.
content is always there, man.
Content is king.
Yes,
You're right.
what's up?
We out.
We out. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So